What's up guys, thanks for tuning to the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And right now we're playing Assetto Corsa on the Xbox One. I have the Logitech G920 steering wheel with the 6-speed shifter. And we're going to show you how the wheel feels on this game. So, I've pretty much just been a Forza player for a long time. I mean, really haven't played any other simulators. The only other games I played was Sega GT way back on the original Xbox, and Need for Speed Shift, which wasn't really a simulator, but it was a Need for Speed simulator-ish game. You know, about a simulator Need for Speed gets. And that game, gotta say, Need for Speed Shift captured the real visceral part of racing, the sound, the scratching and clawing of the tires over the pavement, and that's something that this game really captures well, and that's something that Forza really has never captured well, in my opinion. So, we're gonna be ripping the BMW here. And a couple things. There's very little settings that you can do for the wheel. It's basically like you set your buttons. You can change like the force feedback. But I haven't found out how you can change the steering angle. You know, how much you have to steer to turn. So I don't know. I plugged the G920 into my computer, and I can adjust things that way. And I don't know if those adjustments actually will, you know, show up in the game here. So I tried drifting already, and it was pretty much a catastrophe. It's very difficult because I don't think this game, you know, in Forza you have like normal steering, which is, you know, it kind of softens the steering up for you. Where this game doesn't really have that. It's more like it's on simulation steering, you know, all the time. But it actually feels way better than simulation steering in Forza. To me, it actually feels like real life. Like this game is probably the most realistic driving simulator I've ever driven. And it feels just absolutely awesome on the wheel. Oh, buddy! One thing this game does make you do is it makes you push the clutch way down, which in Forza you can just kind of like half tap it. But this is kind of almost like a real car. Like if you don't push the clutch down all the way, it won't go into gear. And you can just pop the clutch and then it'll go into gear. See if I can kind of miss a shift right now. No, didn't miss it. Now it's not doing it. And this brake line is just like totally wrong. Like, see, that's like way too early. And I don't know if that brake line is like adjustable at all, but or like just a guideline, I don't know. You might as well just turn it off. Yeah. But I know, like, if I was driving this car on a track like this in Forza, like, I would be all over the place. Like, I would have a lot of difficulty controlling it with the wheel. And I'm almost like expecting it to do the weird things that it would do in Forza with the wheel, but it doesn't do it in this game. It just feels so nice. Like this is really like fun and enjoyable to drive right now. And like honestly, this is probably like the first time in my entire life where like a video game actually feels like real life racing. So there's very little like in this game though. Like it's kind of like they got some cars for you to drive. You know, and experience, you know, the physics of this game. But as far as content, like, I mean, it's nowhere near Forza and maybe even, you know, some other games. But the real value I find in this game is purely this driving experience, because it's definitely, like I said, the most realistic one, and it's actually enjoyable. Like, it actually feels like you're in a real car and you're really using the wheel. And of course you're missing the whole G-forces and everything, but no video game is going to be able to replicate that for you. Not going to be recorded! This is a freaking outrage. See if I can drift right now. Pop the clutch or something. Oh, buddy, it's scary. Yeah, so like I'm going crazy with the steering wheel. Like, I don't like having to steer so much. I want to get like pretty much all my steering within like 180 degrees. Just the way I like it, because I want to drift. So. Ooh, look at it go! See, that felt, even though I crashed, it just felt so right. Or spun out. It felt totally like a real car would do. So. Let's pull the e-brake. That wasn't too bad. I just got to be quicker on the snapback. So, alright, so that's enough of that. I also did the Nürburgring earlier with like a race car, and that was awesome. It felt so nice. And the feedback that comes through the steering wheel, you're really feeling the bumps in the track. If you hit the rumble strips, you know, it's like you hit it in a real car, and it like jostles you. And they really captured the effect of that super well. Let's look at this. We got a replay. Let's watch that for a second. Let's see. A camera. Let's forward it. It's not really forwarding it. Whoa. Just play. There we go. Thanks. Look at it go. See, yeah. Okay, yeah. I don't like that view. This view looks better here. Yeah, look at that. You can see the parking sensors in the front bumper. Ruining that blue stripe right there. It looks like they painted it though. The inside of the parking sensor, I painted it blue. I just forgot the outside of it. And you gotta be careful painting those parking sensors. You can screw them up. If that paint is too thick. I won't go over how I know that, but go ripping down the straight, hard on the brakes. That looks so realistic. Really see the suspension working. Oh yeah, it looks awesome. I'm gonna have to kill that racing line now. That's pretty ugly. Wow, I'm impressed. That looks really awesome. So I'll just go through like maybe some settings, show some settings on here, and just what the game has. So I'll go all the way back. This is the start screen. That's me. So we got special events. And looks like there is a lot of them. Yes, a lot of special events. And I like that. I guess they're pretty short. They seem pretty like quick special events that you do. And that looks like a lot of different ones to choose from, which will keep you interested and busy for a while. So drive, you got practice, quick race, race weekend, online, drift, time attack. I guess this is the only way to go online. And so now, it's pretty cool. This shows you the ping, 32 milliseconds, 95 milliseconds. So I'm not going to go on it, but that's like just a drift track. You just drive around it. I don't know if anyone else is on the track with me, because I think I did this here. No, I didn't do that. What did I do? I did this one. And nobody else was on the track when I did that. So, I guess these are just all online races. Online tracks. Like maybe you just show up and it's not actually a race, people just end up on the track together. Maybe. So, career. So you got, novice series, you start with the Abarth, and then you gotta unlock all these events here. Yep, I guess that's about it. Options. See, general, I should change that to miles an hour so it makes sense to me. Got your controls. See, you can change the input method, wheel, controller. Ooh. Whoa, guy. So yeah, I'm on the wheel, preset 1, sure, advanced. So I guess this is the only settings you can do. See, why did I changed the force feedback earlier and now it went back to 100. Hello. So I don't know, do I have to change that every time I exit the game? I don't know. Understeer effects, I had those on, it went into off, I don't know why. Audio, video. So yeah, that's pretty much, a little overview of the game. I definitely recommend it. It's definitely different from Forza, and I think way better. You just can't match Forza for the content right now. So, I hope this video was useful to you. It's definitely a cool game. And click subscribe for more. This is Jace. Peace out.